It began like any other Tuesday. I was halfway through my morning coffee, barely awake, scrolling through a sea of notifications when her message appeared. Hey, I'm going on a soul-searching road trip with my ex. I need space. Please understand. For a second, I thought I'd read it wrong. I blinked, waiting for a joke, an emoji, anything to soften the blow. But there was nothing, just those words. Calm, simple, final. I remember staring at my phone, my thumb frozen above the keyboard, and realizing there was nothing I could say. Have fun. Take care. Or maybe just silence. The same silence that cracked my heart while I sat perfectly still. We'd been together for 2 years. Not a fairy tale, not perfect, but real. The kind of love that grows in the quiet corners of everyday life. Grocery aisles, late-night calls, shared playlists. And yet somehow, she'd chosen to find herself with the same man she once said had broken her. That irony burned for the rest of the day. I didn't reply, didn't block her, didn't call, didn't cry. I just sat there numb, because deep down, I already knew the truth. When someone says they need space, they've already built a world where you no longer exist. By the next morning, her message was still there, glowing at the top of my screen like a wound that wouldn't close. I reread it at least 20 times, searching between the lines for something that wasn't there, an apology, a hesitation, a trace of regret. But it was clean, certain, detached. I typed 100 different replies and erased them all. Why him? Felt too small. What about us? Felt too heavy. The truth was, she'd already chosen a version of herself that didn't include me. Days blurred together after that. I went to work, forced a few laughs, ate takeout that tasted like nothing. Every sound carried her ghost. Her favorite song on the radio, the chime of a text. Friends told me to move on, as if it were as easy as deleting a message thread. But they didn't see the part of me still checking her Instagram, searching for anything, a photo, a caption, a hint that she missed me. And then one night, there it was, a picture of a sunset. Caption: sometimes to find peace, you must return to where it all began. The where wasn't a mystery. It was the same spot where she and her ex had taken their first picture years ago. The same place she once promised she'd never go back to. That night, I stopped scrolling. Because suddenly I understood she wasn't lost. She just wanted to remember who she was before me. Weeks went by, and the silence between us softened. What once hurt began to feel calm. I stopped checking her profile. Not because I'd stopped caring, but because I'd accepted that closure doesn't always come with explanations. Sometimes it's just a quiet acceptance that the story has ended. Then, one afternoon, a month later, another text. Hey, I'm back. That was it. No apology. No confession. No, I missed you. I stared at it for a while. My heart didn't race this time. My hands didn't shake. I just felt still. I typed back, hope the road showed you what you were looking for. Then hit send. She read it instantly, but the typing bubble never appeared. And that was all the answer I needed. People think heartbreak happens in one moment. The message, the goodbye, the silence. But it doesn't. It's a collection of small realizations. When you pass a place that used to mean everything and feel nothing. When her favorite song plays and you don't skip it. When you finally understand that love, no matter how genuine, can't always survive someone's search for themselves. I learned that sometimes soul searching is just another way of saying, I want to remember who I was before you. And that's okay, because maybe she did find herself. And maybe, in losing her, I found something too, a quiet kind of strength I never knew I had. So no, I don't hate her. I just thank her for showing me that not every ending needs a villain.